This is the Benson Middle School budget project for Rhonda Faircloth. Let's start with the data. You can see that we've had negative growth for the last 2 years, and we have got to stop that decline. It's particularly pronounced in mathematics. All 3 cohorts have had declines over the last 2 years. And reading isn't much better. We've seen some growth in reading, but still almost half of our student population is below grade level. We have problems with culture. Our parents feel disconnected from the school. They feel like their students aren't being challenged. And students report that. They don't feel that teachers are meeting their individual needs, and they don't feel like they're getting the skills they need to learn in the future. Most disturbingly, though, is that nearly half of our students report that they don't have an adult who knows them well and who takes an interest in their education. So we need to build that into our solution. We have some funding sources. We've got about $18,000 in instructional supplies and then some other earmarked sources of funds. But the bulk of our funds come from Title I and at-risk, and with some other funds, about $10,000 total or $11,000 for low wealth and disadvantaged. So that's where we're starting. Here's our recommendation. Our school improvement team has decided that we're going to focus on high quality instruction. That is really what's going to give us the bang for our buck, because when students are challenged, they're more engaged. When students are happy, they communicate to their parents that they're happy, and we'll see an increase in achievement. So we're going to hit this hard, and we're going to hit it from the beginning. We're spending about $5,000 to fund an Understanding by Design professional development retreat. We're hiring a trainer to come in and help teachers to learn how to write engaging, rigorous lessons that are tied to real life goals. We're going to be focusing on vertical alignment. So from grades 5 to 8, we're going to give teachers the opportunity to PLC together as a department, but we're also going to look at how to write cross-curricular concept-based units. We're going to fund $8,400 in subs to make that planning possible through vertical quarterly planning days. And we're going to fund an instructional coach to oversee those efforts. So I'm going to be bringing in someone for about $62,000, someone who can work with PLCs on a weekly basis and really help teachers to beef up and get some of the training that they need to write more engaging and rigorous lessons. We're going to be providing funds for teachers to apply for grants for innovative programs that bring the community into the classroom. So they'll be writing these lessons in their PLCs, but then we're going to provide them funding for extra resources. We're also going to be very deliberate and establish systems to communicate and publicize school events to parents. That doesn't necessarily mean that we have to spend a lot of money, but we are going to be very, very strategic in communicating with parents all the great things that's going on at school. We're going to spend about $2,300 implementing a house system to give students an opportunity to connect with other students and with key adults in the building. So we're going to have house competitions and give them opportunities to earn incentives. But we're also going to establish a mentoring program for our most vulnerable students. I've earmarked about $4,000. That's $400 a year for 10 mentors who will have a caseload of about 10 to 15 students that they are invested in, that they check in on, and that they monitor their academic and behavioral progress. We're also going to fund a behavioral specialist to focus on restorative practices. That'll be at the cost of about $62,000. And rather than having a traditional ISS room, our behavior specialist is going to be on call to intervene with students before things get to the meltdown part so that they can become de-escalated and get back to the business of learning. We're spending a fair bit of money for intensive academic in both reading and mathematics intervention. We're going to put in the iReady screener, and we're paying $5,500 for seats for screening, and then some additional money for professional development to help teachers to know what to do with the data that they get from that screening. We've got some money reserved for supplementary materials based on iReady. They have some instructional materials, but we're not going to purchase that until we really get into it and we see that teachers are going to use them. Although I have reserved about $2,400 for that should it become necessary. We're going to fund Reading Plus for 200 students, or purchase 200 seats. That's about $31 per seat. And Reading Plus is an online and intensive reading remediation program that has proven results. So hopefully, with the help of our 2 half-time reading interventionists, we can get our students to be on grade level. For mathematics, we're providing some intensive professional development for our math department. That's with Mathmania. And then we have our Crazy 8 after-school clubs. We're going to spend about $4,000 to fund some high-energy, relevant, engaging mathematics after-school opportunities for our most vulnerable math students. For those students who maybe just need a little bit of extra help, I'm funding some before-school tutors at a cost of about $6,300, and the idea is that they will help with the issues that come up in class. So we are really looking at instruction, focusing for every teacher on rigorous and engaging instruction. But then we're putting some foundational help in place for reading and mathematics particularly. And the important thing is that we're going to be communicating with parents and with students that Benson Middle School is the best place to be and that we care about our students and we are investing in them. Thank you.